This week on a brand new episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast. Set a record for the most yards in a Super Bowl through 3 quarters. Look, by the time the entire game was over, they set a mark for total yards in a game in NFL history. I don't know if that's good or bad. I thought defense won championships. What happened to that?
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't in their right mind. Underdog.
What's going on, folks? Welcome back to a brand new exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast, the realest sport podcast in all the land.
True.
I mean in all the land.
True.
Man, we are back to wrap up the previous week of sports in dramatic fashion, man. No BS, no sugarcoating, no biases, just the strong arm truth. This happens to be the first time you guys have watched our show here on YouTube or listened to it on any of our various podcast channels. I am one half of the show. I go by the name of KSpadeTheProspect.
And I'm your boy, Paris 57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports Spade.
Yes, sir.
Listen, man.
Uh-oh.
It's been a crazy week. It's been some ups, some downs, some good games, some bad games, some questionable games that had us, some head scratches that had us like, what the hell is going on? And we're gonna talk about all that during this show right here. Spade, I want to start in the Super Bowl. I want to start in the NFL. We're gonna talk about the Super Bowl. I don't have a lot to say about the Super Bowl, Spade.
I do.
Everybody know I was rooting for the Patriots, and I know y'all like, wait, what? I know. I was rooting for the Patriots for this exact reason. Eagles fans have been in my mentions for, all week. All week. It's just from Monday morning until yesterday. I ain't really get no tweets today, but yesterday they've been at me, Spade, and this is why I did not want Philly fans to win. I seen a Philly fan, Spade. Before we talk about the Super Bowl, let me tell you what a Philly fan said. I seen a Philly fan say, "Oh, the Eagles won more playoff games in this year's playoffs than the Cowboys won in all these years, in this amount of years." You know, it's funny, Spade. I'm gonna just say this, and then I'm gonna let you go. Then we can talk about the game. It's funny, Spade. They want to say, "Oh, the Cowboys." It's funny they get to pick the year. The Cowboys didn't win no playoff game since 2000 or 2001 or this year.
It was a lot of years.
Philly just won their first Super Bowl in 50-something years. Let's talk about that, Spade. So we ain't win a playoff game in, 20 years or something they're going to say. But they ain't win a this their first Super Bowl in 50-something years. But it's funny that the narrative, they won a Super Bowl, they feeling themselves, I understand. And I wrote on Twitter, congratulations, Philadelphia. I hope y'all enjoy this. Y'all heads y'all bet. Y'all didn't believe in Foles. Philly fans that I know personally was telling me, oh, I know we're going to lose. We don't have Carson Wentz. During the playoff game, every week in the playoffs, Philly fans was telling me, we're going to lose. We're going to lose. We're going to lose. They didn't even believe in their team. But now it's, oh, Philly this and Philly that. Spade, the Super Bowl happened. To me, it was some questionable calls. Both those catches, one to Clement, the other one to, I think it was Ertz. I think it was Zach Ertz. I think it was Zach Ertz. The touchdown to Zach Ertz, the one that Clement, in my opinion, I don't think he got both feet in. I felt like he kind of bobbled the ball. But that's an NFL problem because we've been arguing over what's a catch, what's not a catch all year. So, okay, we can speculate it was or it wasn't. I want to say to the Eagles, though, especially the coach, Peterson, I feel like his game plan was amazing, Spade. But before I go into the little things I got to say, Spade, I want you to talk to me about the Super Bowl. How did you feel about the game?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. You was actually right. For once in your life, it was some parody. Guess what? Ding dong, the witch is dead. The wicked witch is dead. The Patriots did not win. And I was happy for that. Everybody was happy. Unless you're a Patriots fan, everybody was happy. Paris, it's a little small part of you. Being a Cowboy fan, it's a small part of you that was happy.
It's true. Cause I hate Spade. My wish was this game ending a tie, but I know that's not possible in the final game of the season. But that would have been the perfect scenario for me. That would have been perfect.
It was great. Now let's talk about the sidelines. Oh man, should I say the storylines? Okay. look, I'm pretty hard on the league for not being able to carry them storylines like they do in the association. But hold on, there was a lot of things to talk about. The biggest storyline coming out of the Super Bowl, again, is what is a catch? We still don't know. I'm going to need the league to get that shit in order. We don't know what a catch is. What is a catch? We don't know. They don't know. I really wish we could hear the conversations. I bet you they in there like, look, man, I don't know. Look, you take this one. I messed up the last one. This one's you. Like
they in there with their arm around each other. Like, what you think? What do you think? like they don't know.
I can't call it. I mean, I definitely feel like the Ertz catch was a catch. I mean, he caught the ball and took like 3 steps. That other
let me ask you, Spade. Let me ask you. You felt like the Ertz catch was a catch? Did you feel like the Jesse James touchdown versus the Patriots was a catch?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, my argument was the other way. If the Jesse James catch wasn't a catch, then the Ertz catch wasn't the catch. To me, it was the same thing.
You know what? LePairs, 2 wrongs don't make a right. They dropped the ball on the Jesse James catch. That don't mean you keep getting it wrong. They got it right this time. But there's more storylines. Look, this game right here, we enjoyed it because it was offense heavy. But they've been telling me my whole life, defense wins championships. It was no defense whatsoever in this Super Bowl until at the end when finally Philadelphia was able to get some pressure on Tom Brady. Right. And like we've been saying for the longest, LeParis said it, I think 2 or 3 episodes ago. The thing with Brady is you got to get him off the spot. Make him uncomfortable. You ain't even got to sack him. Make him uncomfortable. And then, man, you start seeing Tom Brady throwing the damn ball in the dirt. He throwing ducks, and that happened. But it didn't happen until like 2 minutes to go in the game. Look, I don't know if y'all know this, but the Eagles and the Patriots set a record for the most yards in a Super Bowl through 3 quarters. Through 3 quarters. That was the most. And look, by the time the entire game was over, they set a mark for total yards in a game in NFL history. In the history of this sport, it's never been that many yards given up. I don't know if that's good or bad. I thought defense won championships. What happened to that? The next storyline is the fact that Malcolm Butler didn't play a snap on defense. I think he only got in on special teams.
Which was just insane to me.
Just insane. Later, the story came out about he didn't play because he missed curfew and he went to a Rick Ross concert. He later came out and said that's not true. I don't know what's going on there. And the last thing that I'm going to take a shot at, being a Dolphin fan, I've always said if the Patriots can't beat you, they'll cheat you. The Eagles came out after the Super Bowl and said they did a fake walkthrough because they thought the Patriots would be watching them. So maybe that's why they won. Maybe the Patriots was expecting the fake shit that they saw in the fake walkthrough. It's so many storylines to go along with the Super Bowl. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And lastly, again, ding dong, the witch is dead. I'm happy, bro. How can you not be happy? We should be drinking champagne.
It's not that I'm not happy.
Can we drink champagne on the show? We can? All right,
we can do anything. It's our show. We can do what we want. But Spade, it ain't that I'm not happy because you know I hate the Patriots. I just hate how Philly fans just... Y'all won the Super Bowl. Y'all didn't play the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. They didn't play the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Why they throwing shade at the Cowboys? Oh, the Cowboys didn't win playoffs. I want to say this. All jokes aside, speaking about Philly had an amazing game plan. Let me tell you what I liked about Philadelphia. Spade, we talked about the Atlanta Super Bowl after they lost to the Patriots last year. And we said we felt like they got conservative. They stopped playing to win the game and they started playing to not lose the game. Philly was going. They wanted the game. They played to win that game. They played to go get it. They went to go get it. And they played aggressive the whole game. Even when they didn't get the Tom Brady on defense, they was blitzing. They was trying to get hits on them. The hit Jenkins did on Cooks. Oh my gosh! Did he blow him up, Spade? Did he blow him
all the way up?
Good
Load him
God!
Up, decleated him.
Yeah, it was a real physical game. Both teams ran the ball well, but Philly definitely changed the line of scrimmage. They really leaned on the Patriots' defense, and they was real physical, and they got a ton of yards rushing the ball. They kept killing them with the halfback wheel route out the backfield. Lil Clement came in and did his thing. I mean, the game plan was just a superb game plan. And I don't know if it's true, but I heard rumors that the game plan is going to the Hall of Fame. If that's true, it deserves to be there because the game plan was an amazing game plan. On on the Patriots side, Spade, the Malcolm Butler thing was just weird to me. Like, they let him play. I think he played like 12 snaps on special teams or something. It was just weird to me. They said that he played like 98.9% of the defensive snaps during the season, and then you all of a sudden you just make this. I don't even know what to call it. Adjustment? Would you even call it an adjustment? And decide to bench this guy? Talking about it was because of curfew and he had a bad practice, and it was weird to me, man. It was real weird. And I felt like they even tried to come out and slander this man and say he went to a conference and it was some funny business. I think they said it was alleged that he may have been smoking marijuana during said concert or been around drugs during his concert, and he came out and said that it's hurtful. That's a weird situation. Let me ask you, Spade, and then I'm done. Do you see Malcolm Butler being back with the Patriots?
I don't. I mean,
I don't either.
How could you return after that?
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, if you him, how could you? Even if they wanted him back, why would he go? Yeah, I mean, no.
I agree, Spade. I don't see him being back. I want to say congratulations to the Eagles fan. I hate the Patriots, but I really didn't even hate the Eagles as much as I hate them right now. I really hate the Giants. I really hate the Giants in Washington more in our division. Wow. Really didn't hate the Eagles. When the Eagles went to four NFC championship games, when they had McNabb, and when they went to the Super Bowl, when they had T.O., I wanted them to win. But now, the way Philly fans are now, they reckless, bro. I don't like them. They might be right up there with Boston fans. Right up there with Boston.
Let me tell you this. It's 2018, bro. Stop with the hate and start with the love. Maybe if you start loving these Eagles fans, they'll get out your mentions. One other thing before we move forward. The play that had everybody talking, the trick play that resulted in a touchdown pass to Nick Foles, man, I found some footage that the New England Patriots ran that exact same play against the Eagles 2 years ago. Hey, man, I'm here for that type of pettiness. I like that petty stuff like that.
They ran a pass to Brady in the Super Bowl, and Brady dropped it.
And Brady dropped it, right. But I'm talking about this play was look, I don't know why I didn't send it to you, LaParis. It was identical. Brady acted like he was changing the play. He walked down the line of scrimmage. He tapped on the left tackle side, and they direct snapped it. It was the exact same play. And I'm here for that type of pettiness, man. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. I need y'all fans to stop flipping cars and looting and doing all that wild shit. Act like you've been there before. Man. Even though you haven't. Pretend. Let's move forward, bro.
Canopies. They was collapsing canopies of hotels and stuff. Come on.
Yeah, they was acting the ass. Let's move forward, bro. What month is it?
This is February. Black History Month.
I thought it was April. Because my boy Josh McDaniels just pulled the biggest April fool in the wrong month. In case you guys don't know, man, the New England Patriots offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels has been a bit of a hot commodity, man. Once you prove that you can win at the NFL level and you don't need, I'm doing air quotes, elite talent, because that's what all the Patriots fans will tell you. You just give us Brady and our offensive line and we don't care about anybody else. We'll take the bartender and we'll go win games. That's what they tell us anyway. Because it's the system over there, and if that's the case, you got to give the offensive coordinator some credit for that. I don't know how much authority he got, but that's neither here nor there. It don't take long before people start saying, hey, maybe this guy knows something, and maybe even if he ain't the brain behind it, maybe it is Belichick. He been over there long enough to be a sponge and soak it up, and maybe he can come over here and blow some life into our franchise. And Josh McDaniels' stock continued to rise. The Indianapolis Colts wanted this guy to be their head coach, and he agreed, kinda, sorta. He didn't technically sign the contract, but in verbal agreement, he was supposed to take the job. Folks, this man went as far as to be hiring assistant coaches. He already got people, look, his folks over there hired. They got hired to work with Josh McDaniels. And the Colts announced that they had a press conference coming where they was going to make the thing official. And you know what happened? Josh said, hey, April Fool. So he called him and said, I got some bad news. Some bad news? Boy, what you... I don't know. Look, they handled it better than me. Coach man said he told him, look here, man, just give us a yes or no. You know, like, I ain't got time for the shits. I'm not with it today. Eventually, Josh McDaniels decided that he just wants to stay offensive coordinator for the Patriots. And this caught everybody off guard because it was handled so poorly. Now, let me say this, LaParis, before I pass it off. This isn't the first time a coach has been in a situation where he's agreed to take a job and then backed out of it. Because technically, he didn't sign a contract. So it is within his right to back out of it. But this is so weird because he had hired people, and the relationship between the Colts and the Patriots haven't been the best. Let's not forget the Colts are the team that blew the whistle on Deflategate. So a lot of people feel like this thing was malicious. LaParis, what do you think about it? Are we making a story out of something that's not a story? Or are them damn Patriots still out here being petty?
Well, listen. They definitely still being petty. But I don't know if it's for the same reason. I don't know if they're trying to stick it to the Colts, or did somebody put in Josh McDaniels' ear that, you know what, Belichick is on his way out. Maybe this year, maybe next year, and then you're going to be able to swoop right into that spot. And let's be honest, if we're talking about organization, the Colts ain't really been that organization since Peyton Manning left. Who do you trust more, Robert Kraft or Jim Irsay? You got to ask these questions. To me, the Patriots is a better all-around organization from top to bottom. And, you know, that got a lot to do with ownership and, you know, Belichick. So maybe if Belichick, it's reported that he'll still be there next year. So maybe next year will be his last, and Josh swoop in and take over the reins, take it over. But the funny thing to me, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Colts came out and said, yeah, we hired these. I think they hired a defensive coordinator and an offensive coordinator, if I'm not mistaken. And they said they're going to keep those guys. Now I know it's reported that they already had some candidates looking for for the coaching position. It's just a weird situation. You said, it happened before, but it's just weird. You verbally agree and then you back out, and you got coaches on the staff that allegedly you hired. It's just weird. But like I said, I think it's more so. I don't think it was them trying to stick it to the Colts. I think it was more so something. It's reported that Josh McDaniels had this long meeting with Kraft and Belichick, and who knows what was said there. If I were to be a fly on that wall, if those walls could talk, who knows what was said during that meeting. They said they was in there for hours. So maybe Belichick told him, like, look, man, I ain't got too long here. Maybe next year we'll try and get back to the Super Bowl. After that, I'm out. I'm gonna try and move. I'm gonna move on, and it's yours. So maybe that's what they told him. And he was like, you know what? I can suck it up here for one more year. I can suck it up here for one. We're probably gonna go back to the Super Bowl, or at least be in contention to make a Super Bowl run. I'll suck it up for one more year to take over the reins. As far as the Colts, man, it's just a lot going on. I've seen people saying, well, maybe he looked at Andrew Luck and seen his injury was worse than what it was reported. I don't know.
Which I don't know. He ain't technically been there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they were saying that maybe he may have spoke to somebody that knows the situation, and they was like looking at Andrew Luck like, I don't know about this. You want to go over there and be with Brissett? Maybe that's. It was also reported, Spade. This is my last thing right here. It was also reported that his agent told him, if you go to the Colts, you'll be making the worst decision of your career to go there. Like, you'll be doomed. That's what his agent told him. So I think those situations had a lot to do with Josh McDaniels changing his mind.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, we could speculate a lot of things. What we know is that McDaniels had a meeting with Robert Kraft. They expressed how much they want to keep him. They sweetened the deal up. They made his pockets a little fatter. They paid him more money. And maybe they told him that if and when Belichick decides he's out, they would like for McDaniels to take over. Now, we don't know if that last part happened, but we know that he was offered more money. And maybe it's no story here at all, but it sure does feel good to assume it might be one.
Poor Colts. Like, Andrew Luck, we don't know what's going on with Andrew Luck. They've been looking for a run again. They done had 67-year-old Frank Gore back there toting that thing for about 3 years now, man.
Frank getting it done, man. Frank getting it done. It ain't Frank's fault. Don't put it on Frank.
It's not Frank's fault, man. I mean, poor Colts. You ready to move on, bro?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Colts fans, talk to me. How do y'all feel about Josh McDaniels now?
Colts fans, stop acting like that's a thing.
Bro, it's some Colts fans, bro.
No, it ain't. They left with Edwin James.
Let's take it to San Francisco. We got to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo. If you guys didn't know, he got an extension with the 49ers. He's signed. He will be paid. he will be getting. Spade, what you say the G stand for?
The G stand for get the bag. Apparently, I
getting
thought
the bag over there.
Garoppolo.
5 years.
Jimmy G.
Yeah, 5 years, $137.5 million. It's reported $71 million guaranteed, but I heard that this could be in the $90+ million guaranteed. Spade, Jimmy Garoppolo. I think he just signed the richest deal in NFL history. Talk to me about Jimmy get the bag Garoppolo.
Yeah, man. Jimmy G, you're a bad man. You went over there. We talked about it here on this podcast, whether or not they should play him. And I said, no, let my boy beat hard. I know it's Bethard, but Bethard ain't nearly as cool as beat hard. I said, let my boy beat hard. Continue to ride this season out. They're terrible. They ain't going to win no games anyway. They didn't listen to me. They let Jimmy G play. Jimmy G showed some flashes of greatness. I don't know if I even want to call it greatness, but he definitely looked like the man for the job, and I got to give him his props. The 49ers ain't seen numbers that damn good at quarterback since, I don't know, Colin Kaepernick. But at any rate, they decided they wanted to go ahead and pay this guy and get him the and look, I want to make sure this comes across right. Jimmy G won, but in a weird way, LaParis, Jimmy G kind of lost because everybody knew he was going to re-up and everybody knew he was going to get the bag, but everybody in their right mind thought this dude was going to hold off and wait and see what Kirk Cousins was going to get because he really could have played this thing out and said, okay, let's see what Kirk get. And then just hold it out and make sure he come out on top. But by doing this, he's possibly set up Kirk Cousins to get an even bigger payday. So we got to stay tuned to see how this thing works out. But I think San Francisco definitely got their man in Jimmy G.
Whoa, Spade, you just hit your boy with something there. Do you think Kirk Cousins get more money than Garoppolo?
I mean, if I'm Kirk, you're going to be hard-pressed to pay me.
I know you're going to try and flex
because I've been doing this shit for years. Jimmy G been sitting down. All we got is like 5 games of Jimmy G's greatness. I've been looking like the man for the last 3 seasons. So if I'm Kirk Cousins, you're going to be hard-pressed to pay me less than Jimmy G just got. You're going to have to at least up me a penny. I want a penny more.
Spade.
You're going to have to up me if I'm Kirk.
I don't know if Kirk Cousins get this, Spade.
Bro, we didn't know that Jimmy G was going to get this. But Jimmy G getting this kind of changes the game for Kirk Cousins. Look at Kirk's last few years.
I don't know. I don't see no. I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I just don't think I don't think whether it's the Bills, whether it's Denver, whether it's Jacksonville. I mean,
we'll see.
If you talking about Aaron Rodgers, now I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers looked at this like, I better get $200 million.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's what
A.A. Ron gonna get the bag too.
Yeah. So, but I mean, Jacksonville said they want to bring back Bortles. Bortles just led them on a deep playoff run. Do Bortles get that Spade?
Hell no.
Like, it raises a lot of questions.
No. Nah, Blake better just be happy to still have a job.
Spade, let me tell you, and I agree with you 100%. Like, if I'm Kirk Cousins, I'm the same way. Like, I better get paid more than this yearly, and I better have more guaranteed money. So if Jimmy G is getting 71, I want 80, 90, $100 million guaranteed. If I'm Kirk Cousins, been throwing for 4,000 or 5,000 yards, 25, 30 touchdowns a year, yeah, I better get more than this. But as far as Jimmy G, like you said, we knew he was going to get paid. We didn't know he was going to get paid this, though. And the crazy thing is, I don't want to be that guy, but I put the stats of him and Kaepernick, and they identical. People told me Kaepernick was trash. They told me Kaepernick was trash.
This man, let's keep it a stack. Jimmy G got paid off the fact that the 49ers won 5 games. In his starts, they were 5-0. And you can say that that's great. But we all know it's 22 men on the field, right? Now, if you're looking at Jimmy G's numbers, this man got 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in 5 games.
Yeah.
7 touchdowns. So let's not listen. If I'm Kirk, if 7 and 5 get you that type of money, boy, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about.
That's what I'm saying, Spade. Like, maybe, whoo. I mean, I totally agree with you. If I'm a guy like Aaron Rodgers, if I'm not mistaken, I think Drew Brees may be a free agent. If I'm those guys, whoo. And he just got almost $138 million. I better be getting 170, 180, 190, 200 mil. If I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm asking for $200 million. I'm asking for $200 million. My defense is going to be bad anyway if I'm Aaron Rodgers. I better get 200 million. You know what I'm saying? My defense gonna be trash anyway. They've been trash, so I better get $200 million.
Kirk, get your money, Kirk.
Listen,
and I don't even like you, Kirk, but get your money.
Kirk. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, it better translate on the field. Like I even when people was hard on Kaepernick, and I feel the same way about Garoppolo. They better get him some weapons because these. And I like Goodwin. He had a good season. I like Goodwin. I like Carlos Hyde. They traded Vance McDonald, but I like the other. I think they have a Selleck. They have about two. They got a tight end named Kittle, and they got a Selleck. Both of those guys I like, but they need some weapons on the outside. They need weapons. I was going to say not subpar weapons like Torrey Smith. Remember they went and paid Torrey Smith that money? Yeah. That didn't work out. Torrey Smith just won the Super Bowl with the Eagles, by the way. But they need to get... You have to put weapons around. You can't pay these quarterbacks this amount of money and then just be like, oh, go produce. Now, I know somebody's going to be like, well, Tom Brady do it with whoever. It's the system. It's the system. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
It's not all Tom Brady. It's the system, too. And they got to get some weapons around Garoppolo if they want him to make this contract not look like a total cluster, you know what.
And LePage, you know what I always say about quarterbacks. I've always said this, and people will try to argue with me, and I always prove this to be right. When the quarterback goes down and you get a chance to see his backup or his replacement or whatever you want to call it in limited games, they numbers are always inflated because usually a defensive coordinator takes a season of footage to kind of scout and game plan for you. So when they only see you in limited spurts, they really don't have a game plan for you, which is why you see these backup quarterbacks get in, play for half a year, look like the man. Another team pay them all that money, and they go out there and look like a big-ass bust. That's what it's happened before. It's happened before. It happened with Nick Foles the first time. Like, this is not Nick Foles' first rodeo. He's been out there before. And he got an opportunity to get back out there and make it look right. But we've seen this happen before. So considering that we've only seen Jimmy G in limited spurts and then not be a lot to game plan and scheme against him, if you look at his stats, they look pretty good, but they don't look phenomenal. Let's be honest. So if that was without them scouting for him, I don't know, man. If you're a 49er fan, I hate to be a party pooper for you guys, but I wouldn't expect Jimmy G to hit the ground running and give you guys a 5-0 start next season. Don't look for it. Sorry.
A lot of the experts said that verbatim, Spade. They were saying, you know what, let's wait and see. Now they know you just got paid this bread. Now you the man. Now we getting that tape on you. Let's see now. Then, hey, Garoppolo, I mean, he got 71. Even if it don't work out, he good. He got 71 of them things, up to 90 million of them things guaranteed. So he gonna be straight. Hopefully he not one of those guys that just get paid and be like, oh, I'm straight now. Whatever happens, happens. I hope he go out there and ball because, I mean, once he entered the fold over there in San Francisco, the games, they were exciting. They were exciting to watch. They was exciting to see. They hung a number on Jacksonville. A lot of people speculated that Jacksonville really didn't care. They was already in the playoffs by then. They didn't really try. So, I mean, we have to wait and see, man. That's a lot of money, Spade. I didn't even think about the Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees aspect of it. But if he got $37.5 million and 71 million of them things guaranteed, those guys I think everybody would agree is better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Then they gonna be asking for the bank. They about to money pen Scrooge McDuck this thing. For real.
Yeah. And it ain't even about being better, it's about being more proven. And that's what I think is gonna play into the favor of Kirk Cousins. Good point. Man, I gotta give it to you. I never thought we would have such an exciting start to the show talking about the boring ass NFL. Way to go, NFL. Y'all doing better. Now let's get to what we really want to talk about, and that's the association. The Paris, we had an amazing week in the association. We had great games. The trade deadline rapidly approached, and I got so much to talk about. Let's start with the trade deadline, and let's go to the team we're talking about. Let's talk about the Cavaliers. I watched our last show back because, I mean, I'm a firm believer that you got to be your own biggest fan. So I watched our last show back, and the gears in my head started to turn, and I said, wait a minute, LeBron might be the biggest genius in the world. Maybe he went back knowing that he still didn't really rock with Dan Gilbert with his plan to completely destroy Dan Gilbert's team, mess the cap up, mess up his finances, still uphold his end of the bargain, brought the city a championship, and maybe he's out. And before I could come back this week and express that, whoa, I got hit with another loop. The trade deadline came up, and the Cavs unloaded, bro. They unloaded numerous players that I thought that they was probably going to be stuck with for life. They unloaded. And look, before I even get into what I think about it, LaParis, I'm going to throw it to you. Cavs trade deadline moves. I want to ask if you were shocked, but I'm not going to ask you a question we know the answer to. Nobody saw this coming. How do you feel the team did, though? Did they come out on top? How you feel about it?
I think they got better, Spade. Like, you figure Isaiah Thomas didn't work. Dwayne Wade looking older. Crowder, I don't know what happened to Crowder. Boston fans was slandering him all last year. Me and Spade probably was the only guys caping for Crowder last year.
And I like
we was like, man, Crowder is solid. Huh?
And I would like to recant my caping for him.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what happened to Crowder. Derrick Rose, Spade, you know how I feel about Rose.
Didn't work.
You know how I feel about Channing Frye, Iman Shepherd. They got rid of all these guys. And they got George Hill, Hood, Clarkson, Nance. I mean, they got some players out there.
Did, bro.
I mean, Hood, to me, Hood is a knockdown shooter, a defender, a guy. I mean, he's a baller, man. People don't know Hood because he was stuck out there in Utah, but they about to get to know Hood. They about to get to know that guy. George Hill is he's a proven point guard with the Spurs. He was a proven point guard along with the Pacers. This guy's a guy. He just plays basketball. He plays basketball. Jordan Clarkson. I know that they said that the Lakers wanted to get this contract off the books, and that's all fine. I mean, LeBron ain't paying for the contract. Dan Gilbert is, so he don't give a damn what the hell Clarkson getting paid. I like Clarkson. Always like Clarkson. He's going to be instant offense, I think, off the bench. And Larry Nance, man, just an athletic guy. Didn't his father play for the Cavs?
Yes. They said that Larry Nance he got emotional. He teared up when he found out he was going to the Cavs. His father was a Cavs legend.
Come on, man. You get Nance, I think, an athletic guy that can rebound, defend, block shots, just instant. I mean, that's what we thought Tristan Thompson was until he got with the damn Kardashian. That's what we thought he was.
Right.
But Larry Nance probably going to be a way better Tristan Thompson with giving you way more effort. They instantly got better, and I mean, I still, even when they had all those other guys that I mentioned, Spade, I still thought they was going to come out the East because I didn't see nobody in the East. And even with how bad they looked, I still thought they was going to come out the East. I didn't see nobody beating them. You add these guys now? They got younger. They got more athletic. Yeah, they're going to win the East. They're going to win the East. They're going to win the East.
I'm going to tell you what. I threw you the alley-oop, and you finished it, but you finished it with a layup. I wanted you to two-hand tomahawk, cock it back. I got you, though. You know what they did right here, bro? First of all, the biggest thing with the Cavs is they're a bad defensive team. They're a bad defensive team. They instantly got better defensively. You talk about the length and athleticism of Nance. Instantly throwing him out there makes him better. But I'm going to tell you what I like about their guards. First of all, they got younger, too. Let me say that, too. They got younger. 3 of the guys they brought over are 25 years old. The Cavs was an old team, including Bron. We just role-played as LeBron last week, and I repeatedly said I'm getting old as LeBron. But one of the things that I like, you got Clarkson, you got Hill, you got Hood, you got Nance. You know what all these guys are, too, bro? They're kind of tall. They're kind of tall. You're talking 6'6" to 6'8". So, you know, a lot of times when you play the Warriors and teams like the Warriors, they like to set a screen, not with the purpose of rolling off of it, because they want to switch they want a favorable matchup. You know what I'm saying? They don't like this right here. Give me a big. Or give me. I don't know that you really could do that. Like, Derrick Rose wasn't a great defender. Hey, I'm a D-Wade fan, but at this point of D-Wade's career, he don't play the best.
Derrick Rose wasn't a great walker. Okay?
Wow, that's terrible.
Derrick Rose wasn't a great walker.
D-Wade wasn't the best defender. And we already know IT wasn't the best defender. I mean, a good defender. But you're going to put guys out there who can defend. And another thing I like about this team, we have always known since Brian came down to Miami and they implemented the game plan there. Ever since then, Brian's been that guy that wants three-point shooters around. And nobody talks about George Hill. I know George Hill coming from Sacramento, and we don't talk much about it. George Hill, if I'm not mistaken, I think he has the best three-point percentage in the league. And another not known fact that impressed the hell out of me, He shoots about 47% from three. LePage, the man shoots 49% from three on contested threes. He leads the league in three-point percentage on contested shots. That was supposed to be J.R. Smith's job. Earl, that was your one job, to make the tough shots. You ain't making the tough shots no more. You was never really making the open shots, so you don't really do anybody any damn good. So I didn't think they would be able to move J.R. or Iman. They got Iman out of there. That surprised the hell out of me. Look, nobody thought they would move IT and Crowder.
They still got J.R. Smith, Spade. They still got J.R. Smith.
That's what I said. I didn't think they was going to be able to move him or Iman, and they got Iman out of there. So, I mean, you got to consider that a victory. You just said last show nobody wants J.R. or Iman. So we didn't think either one of those guys would move. They couldn't move JR. They did move JR, but they got Iman out of there, so you got to count that as a victory. Yep. Nobody expected them to try to move IT or Crowder because you would say it's too early to give up on those projects. They just got that this year. Well, you got to give it to their GM or whoever, Brian, whoever the hell calling the shot, say, hey, I know they just got here, but I ain't got to be a genius to see this shit ain't working. They got to go. Got them both up out of there. I just feel like this was a win for the Cavs. Now, LePage, hold on, let me talk a little bit more. Let's talk about the Lakers, because a lot of Laker fans was kind of jaded, man. Like, you and I both know Clarkson is a fan favorite. I'm not saying that they like him more than anybody else on that team, but Clarkson got a very vocal group of supporters that like his game. The dude can hoop, and everybody likes Nance. So, do you feel like the Lakers did good, or how you feel about their end of this big deal?
I mean, I guess the point of making that move, like I said, it's reported that they wanted Clarkson deal off the books so bad. They was praying for somebody to come get it. And the Cavs they wanted Clark. That they said that was not a good deal that they paid Clarkson I think it was either last year or the year before last. They gave him all that money. So they wanted that deal off the books. And I guess if you had to supplement IT, who on a friendly deal like $6 million a year, and Channing Frye, which probably, if we being honest, these guys more than likely would not be on this team next year. Their deal was mainly about getting the Cavs pick. Now they got the Cavs pick. Right. They did not get the Brooklyn pick from the Cavs. They got the Cavs first round pick, which we would assume would be late 20s, maybe 30. Late 20s, maybe 30 if they win the championship.
Definitely late 20s.
So I think it was more so about the pick. And so far, Spade, in all honesty, the Lakers have been doing a great job with their picks. Like, Randall, I love. They picked Nance, I love. Lonzo, I think he's been getting better. I know he's injured now, but he's getting hurt. They got Kuzma. Like, Kuzma's a steal. Like, they've been doing a great Ingram. Can't miss Ingram. They've been doing a great job with their picks, babe. So I guess they figure we get another pick and we get it right again. Like, you know, they've been getting it right. We get it right. I think that deal was more so about the pick. So if that was their thinking, I understand it. But if they hoping for anything from Isaiah Thomas they ain't even touched down in LA yet, and Isaiah Thomas was like, well, I ain't coming here to come off no bench. I'm a starter. I'm gonna be a starter. Right. He already starting ish and ain't even get there yet. Like, I don't see Isaiah, neither Fry being on. Maybe Fry, nice little stretch. Maybe Fry can, if he get sign a cheaper deal, maybe he can stay with the team. But I definitely don't see Isaiah Thomas. I think that deal for the Lakers was getting Clarkson off the books because they hated that contract and getting that first round pick. Yeah. So if that's their thinking, then I think they won. But if they hoping for anything from Isaiah Thomas or Fry, then nah, they did not win. But I don't think that's what they thought. They wanted Clarkson off the book. They got a first round pick. They got friendly deals that's going to come off the books at the end of the season. That's what the Lakers want.
Yeah, man. I think this is one of the rare times that both teams went out. I mean, obviously, if you're the Lakers, you want to be able to entice big name free agents to come over. Yeah. Whether or not they do or they don't is really out of the Lakers' control, but you got to be able to entice them. And the one thing you got to have to entice them is that green. You got to have the cap space. And the Jordan Clarkson contract was really going to mess that up. Now, so they get him off the books. That helps them out. Now, I know what everybody's saying. The two big targets they're going to be looking at is Paul George and LeBron James. They may get neither one of those dudes, but that don't necessarily mean that it's a strikeout for them. Because even if they get neither one of those dudes, they're going to be in a situation where they can cut bait with Luol Deng, who has another contract that's just unreal. And then they're going to set themselves up in 2019 to have even more cap space. And it's going to be some big name free agents out there in 2019 as well. So I like what they're doing. I still feel like I want to give Magic Johnson props. I think Magic doing a hell of a job. Magic knows that he's got a budding star. And Lonzo, I know Lonzo ain't been shooting lights out before he went down with his injury. But he was starting to, I feel like he was starting to catch up to the
getting
NBA
better
game speed. I think he was, bro.
They can throw shade all they want, but he was getting better.
He was getting better. And what you got to realize is Lonzo can score, but that's not what he is. He's not that guy. He's not the come out and give you 30 points a night guy. So then you got to start building that team. You got to put the team around him that allows him to excel at what he does and still make, you know, your product the best product out there. And I think step one to doing that was freeing up the cap space. So I think both of these teams won. Now, one other thing I want to talk on, and this show going to be dumb long, but y'all ain't got nothing to do. You got all week, fam. You ain't got to finish it in one day. I was telling LeParis, if you go back in our old shows, archive our old shows, before this season started, I was telling LeParis, I didn't like that IT was saying I'm going to be back to scoring 30 a game. And LeParis, you was like, well, I think he averaged about 28. You don't feel like he can do that with the Cavs? I was like, absolutely not. And if he comes in with that mentality that I'm going to do this, not only is it not going to work as far as him reaching that goal, but he's going to end up he's going to create an issue in the locker room. I feel like he did that in Cleveland. He ain't even touched down in L.A. Fam, I just saw some footage. They went to Dallas to meet with the team because the team was playing against the Mavs, and that was them like meeting their teammates. Before he went to Dallas to meet his teammates, he's already saying, I'm looking forward to the opportunity. I'm going to be scoring 25 a night, blah, blah, blah. When is he going to get it? It's not about you scoring what you want to score per night. You coming in talking about the points you're going to score is not making you a likable teammate. You got to get in and you got to bond with those dudes. Look, man, maybe Brad Stevens made him that 28-pointer game guy because he ain't looked like that before that, and so far he ain't looked like it after it. Now, I know he's not 100% before somebody state the obvious, but I'm just saying maybe IT ain't who IT think he is. Maybe he need Brad Stevens. That's my hot take of the show, bro. I don't know about IT. And I want him to shut up. You know I've been saying it for a while.
You know
just be quiet and hoop.
And like I said, I think he make like $6 million and he won a big contract. He wants some stability as well. And he felt like I was one of these guys last year, 4th, 5th in MVP vote, and I deserve a big contract. But you want to know what? Man, maybe he always had this bravado about himself, but he didn't speak it as much. Now he talking in that. You can talk that if your play is doing your talking too. You know, even earlier in the season, I felt like people who had liked Isaiah Thomas because he was letting his play do the talking, and then we got to know him, and we like, oh, this little dude got a little mouth with him too.
Right.
But now he talking in his play is not equaling the talk. Now you talking more. You writing checks your ass can't cash.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
And it's a problem because, like you said, the Lakers got some young I think guys that are on the way to being stars. Ingram, Spade, man, you've been tough on this guy. He's been playing great. It seemed like Randall got it figured out. Kuzma looking like a stud, a steal of the draft. Lonzo, like I said, he was figuring it out. Lonzo was playing. If God forbid, if Lonzo could ever get a jump shot that's just respectable, this guy would be all world. Because the things he could do on a basketball court is amazing. He just can't shoot. If he ever get his jump shot right, he's going to be amazing. And for Isaiah Thomas to just come in and say, I don't want to come off the bench, I'm a starter. And Magic Johnson had to come out and say, he's coming off the bench. Lonzo Ball, when he's healthy, is going to be our starting point guard. It's not about you starting. It's about the minutes you get. I'm pretty sure they're going to give Isaiah Thomas minutes. But stop writing checks your ass can't cash. Go play ball.
You're not playing well, IT. Stop talking about what you're going to do and show us. How about jumping on TV saying, I'm excited for another opportunity to prove that I'm better than I've been playing. I just want to get out there and work hard and do the things that the Lakers want me to do. Whatever they need me to do, I'm willing to work hard. How about say that instead of, I'm going to be scoring, blah, blah. Look, man, just play, bro. Like I'm telling you, IT be rubbing me the wrong way, man. Just talk. I mean, just play.
He's been all-time NBA history bad, bro. Like, it's been that bad.
Yeah.
And the nerve of this guy to come out and say, oh, we got to lock in defensively. Isaiah, come on. You've been Come on, defense. You're talking about defense? Not you. You of all people can't talk about defense.
I mean, even
come on, man.
I'm not even upset with the defensive comment. Like you said, that team was a bad defensive team before he got there. But comments like this, like, you know, when we have a lead and the team we playing against go on a run, instead of sticking together, we fall apart. And that's just not what good teams do. The good teams don't do that. That's not what we did when I was back in Boston. Bro, you're not back. You think that's going to make people like you? Is that what you think?
Boston traded your ass.
Bro, do you think that's making your teammates like you, bro? Come on, man. Now, I know we try to say, man, I like folks who keep it real, keep it real. Sometimes you got to keep it real smart. Sometimes you got to know what not to say. Come on, IT. Smarten up now.
Hey, let me ask you, and then we can move on, bro. Dwayne Wade back with the Heat. They traded Dwayne Wade for like some second-round picks, I think.
Yes.
They said heavily protected. So that means like it can't even be like an early second-round pick. It's going to be like late in the draft.
I mean, they gave him away.
They basically just gave Dwayne Wade back to the Heat for something. Yep. But talk to me how you feel about that. You a Heat fan?
I mean, I said it, man. When he left, I didn't like that he left, and I said here on the show, I said he's going to regret it. You know, I understand why he did. He was disrespected. He felt disrespected, and he wanted to leave. I understand that. But I told you, I said he is going to regret leaving. And I didn't think it would happen this quick. I really thought it would be something like he's going to retire, but they're going to sign with the Heat for one day so he can retire. I figured it was going to be something like that. But even he's had one game back in Miami, and, I mean, this just ain't the Wade. This ain't the Wade I wanted to see. I think he finished that game with 3 points. He did make a 3. But I think he was like 1 of 6. He did have a clutch block.
But it was the energy that he like energized the arena, the other teammates, Spade. And I think they won that game last night.
Don't say that.
Of Dwayne Wade.
Don't say that.
The energy he instilled in that team.
Don't say that.
I think Spade.
Don't say that.
I think he did, bro.
The Heat got a battery. We got a battery down there. And he been a staple on that team's bench for years. We call him Udonis Haslem. I don't know if he's the battery.
Oh, Lord. Man,
I'm a D-Wade fan. I love Wade. But, I mean, you know, I read an article that said something about, you know, I don't know what it said verbatim. It said something along the lines of, you know, he eyeing playoff berth thanks to energy from D-Wade. Come on, man. 1 of 6 from the field, 3 points ain't finna help nobody get nowhere. Let's stop. Let's stop.
Come on, bro.
I'm just, hey, man. I got a job.
All right. We can move on. You ready? You ready?
Let's move.
Spade, if you didn't know, Spade, I'm pretty sure you did. You peeped. John Wall had some comments. He felt like his teammates was kind of trying to get at him, and it had people raising the question: are the Wizards better without John Wall? And a lot of people have been saying that the Wizards have been looking better since John Wall has been out. And I wanted to get your thoughts on that, Spade. Talk to me. Are the Wizards better without John Wall?
I just feel like it's a stupid question. No.
Okay.
They're not. What happens is all of these guys are pros. All of these guys are pro NBA players. They are good players. So what happens is when somebody can't go, next man up, and usually somebody has to dig a little bit deeper, or maybe they do something that's normally not in what you asked them to do. And that's what the Wizards did, man. They went out there, they got some wins. They went on a 5-game win streak. They looked really good, and it was some tweets that was made. Gortat said, man, we had a great team win, but he put the quotations over team. So I imagine if I'm John Wall, I'm looking like, damn, we can read. Like, why you putting team in bold italic? We see it. And then Bradley Beal had a tweet as well that definitely must have made John Wall feel some kind of way. But I feel like what happens is when you're not out there, when you're injured, you got a little more time to think, and sometimes you overthinking. Now, I feel like John Wall probably overthought those, and then, you know, the media doing their job, put the microphone in his face and said, your teammates had some tweets. They said this, they said that. How do you feel about it? And John Wall definitely let it be known that those tweets made him feel some kind of way, and he kind of banged the cannon, especially on Gortat. He said, it really shocked me coming from Gortat. He get the easiest, most spoon-fed baskets of anyone. He said he's spoon-feeding Gortat these baskets. And I was like, damn, like,
this he said over half his assists go to Gortat.
Yeah, man, and this is not good. Now, after they lost, I think they lost to, this was Tuesday, they lost to the Wizards. And after that game, somebody asked Gortat if he cared to speak on John Wall's comments. And Gortat, somebody counted, LeParis, He paused for 13 seconds. He sat there speechless for 13 seconds, and then he finally replied. And he said, you know, my comment was clearly, you know, taken out of content. That's not, you know, I didn't mean it that way. He said, definitely, not even me or Brad or anybody on the team was trying to hit him with something that was going to piss him off. We was just proud that we was able to still get these dubs without John Wall. And he said it, him and Wall talk, and you want to hope that they fixed it, but I'm going to be honest with you, bro. These things right here, they linger. They don't go away like that. So now you got to wonder, I got to wonder what's going to, do somebody have to move? Are they going to be able to coexist? Are we going to have another Bobby Portis sighting? Is somebody going to get their face broken? I mean, I just don't know these things, bro. And I hate it happen because this little small thing right here could derail this team.
I mean, they was already in the struggle juice before this, but this doesn't help. Like, everybody thought the Wizards was going to be a way better team. They just paid out Porter, Bradley Beal getting paid, John Wall getting paid. I mean, it's been reported. They've been trying to move, reportedly, Gortat for the longest. A lot of people have been speculating Boogie Cousins, because of the ties with John Wall in college, that he was sliding, you know, up there in Washington. You know, I know Boogie hurt now, but I'm just saying, like, when he was a free agent, it was reported that, you know, Washington may be one of those destinations. First of all, let me tell you something. The Wizards are not better. And it's crazy that I even got to say this.
That's what I said.
But the Wizards are not better without John Wall. They might have been playing better over this little spurt. We don't know what the other teams have been going through, what other type of injuries and all. It's a bunch of different things that can, you know, force a team to get allow a team to get a win that night. Any given Sunday type of situation. But we know Wizards more than likely going to make the playoffs. And you're not winning a playoff series without John Wall. Let's just be honest.
Nope.
The Rockets aren't winning the playoff series without James Harden. Oklahoma City, if they make it, is not winning a playoff series without Russell Westbrook. You're not winning. Same thing with LeBron, and so on and so on and so on. You need those guys for those type of situations. Now, you might can go on a little 2, 3, 4, 5 game win streak without your star dealing with injuries, because just off gut and grit and just scrapping and fighting, like you know, we know John Wall ain't there, Spade. This is the type of thing you was talking about earlier. We know John Wall ain't there, so you know what? And when John Wall there, we don't have to dive on the floor for a loose ball, because we know John Wall can get us an extra dime, and they just got a 2-wheel he'll draw the double team and get us a 3. So now John Wall ain't there. We diving on the floor for loose balls. Everybody rebounding, not just the bigs. Not everybody getting rebounds. That's how it happens. You have to step it up when your star is out. But let's be honest. Without John Wall, the Wizards aren't scaring anybody. So yes, they need John Wall. They're not better without John Wall. Simple as that. That's just that.
Yeah, do it. All right, folks, I promise I'm going to be real quick on this next topic, because I've been kind of long-winded on some, and LaPierre's always long-winded. But in case you guys didn't know, man, everybody keeps buzzing around Philadelphia to find out what's going on with their #1 overall pick, Markelle Fultz, the scoring guard from Washington that we saw lighted up in college. We haven't seen anything from him in the pros, and his story continues to get more and more weird. He got hurt in Summer League. He came back. He was shooting funny. He shot free throws different. Everybody was like, what's going on? He said, I'm not really back. My shoulder still hurt. It was like, oh, well, go sit your ass down somewhere. He went and sat down somewhere. He started to come back. He's rehabbing. Now videos are surfacing. Now everybody's looking at his shooting. His shooting form is bad. And they just recently spoke with somebody from the 76ers that said that they are limiting him in practice to only shooting from the paint. They'll let him shoot free throws and in, and that's it. They won't even allow him to shoot 3-point shots or perimeter shots. And, you know, I wish I had the name. What's his name, LaPierre? What's the guy name I'm talking about? Colangelo? Yeah, Brian Colangelo, however the hell you say his name. They ask him, like, when is he going to be back? And he says, it could be soon. It could be not even this year. Like, we really don't know. Like, this thing is weird. And they kept pressuring him, trying to get an answer from him. And he finally got frustrated, and he just walked away from the interview. Like, the 76ers have no idea when this guy's going to play. Nobody knows what's going on with his shoulder. They thought he was healthy one time before, and he proved not to be. It's not much to say on it, LaPierre. What the hell, bro?
I'm going to keep it short and sweet, too, Spade. The crazy thing is, this situation reminds me remember the kid that the Rockets drafted? I think he was from Iowa State, and he knew he was going to get drafted, and he knew he was going to have to get on a plane, but he didn't want to fly.
Yeah.
I can't remember that dude's name.
I can't either.
But it reminded me of that. Like, and it's just like the situation just keep getting stranger and stranger. And I have famous friends, so I had some friends that was around folks that got to meet folks, and my friend told me he was strange. He told me he was a weird guy.
You talking about Royce White, by the way? Royce White.
Royce White was his name. That's right. Royce White.
Mm-hmm.
Spade. I mean, to me, I don't know. Like, I think the coach he had to come out and say he didn't say something, like he was psychosomatic or something. Like, folks, it's something. He's shooting with one hand, now he's shooting with the other hand. They're trying to change his jump shot. This situation is weird. It's strange. I just want to say this. I don't want anybody. I want everybody that make it to like the league or any aspect of life to succeed. I'm not rooting against this kid, but this just smells like that Royce White situation, and I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I just hope folks just don't fade to black. I'm hoping he able to get back on the field. I'm not really a big college basketball fan, but people told me folks were spraying up in college last year. I'm hoping he able to get back to that guy because he can definitely be an asset to Philly. This is just a strange, weird situation, man. Weird.
It is.
Ready to move on?
Bro? Yes, sir.
Gotta take it to New York, Spade. Kristaps Porzingis out for the season with an ACL, man. We both love the unicorn, and it sucks that he suffered this injury. Talk to me about it.
It sucks, bro. I mean, anytime somebody gets an ACL injury, you question whether or not they're going to be themselves when they come back. And for some odd reason, these injuries seem to be even more, they're even more dangerous on big, I'm talking like tall players, 7-footers.
Yeah.
Like, it changes their game a lot. Now, don't get me wrong, Kristaps got a jumper, and he can shoot. But what makes him so dangerous is the fact that he can put it on the floor. He's crazy athletic. We've seen him get rebounds and put it on the floor and go coast to coast. He can do so much, and I hate it for Kristaps. He's a very likable guy. I hate it for the Knicks. The Knicks been through enough. Y'all had Dolan, for crying out loud. I mean, I feel sorry for the Knicks. I feel sorry for Kristaps, and I hope he comes back still looking like the guy that he is. He was.
Yeah, he the one Nick. He won, like, I love Kristaps Porzingis. He just got to me, he fits New York. He got that swag like a New Yorker. Like, he be posting pictures and he be leaning on the car. He got his Timbs on. Like, he just fits New York, and this sucks, yo. Yeah. This sucks, man. And the crazy thing, Spade, I'm gonna say this and then we can move on. I read a report about this injury, and they said that Kristaps got hurt a little. Right now it's a little bit before the All-Star break, so they saying these injuries tend to take a year. So that means he'll come back before the All-Star game next year. But they was like, by that time, the Knicks you'll already see like the Knicks is trash. So why even bring him back and force, you might as well just let him be out all the next season too. So we might not see Kristaps Porzingis for 2 years. Right. Because I totally understand that if he's not coming back until the All-Star break next year, Spade, that might be 50 games in. What if the Knicks 20 and 30? Why bring them back?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, we might not see Kristaps Porzingis for 2 years, and that sucks, man. He's one of my favorite young players to watch in the league, and it's terrible. It's terrible. We seen Boogie go down. We seen Kristaps Porzingis. Now Kristaps Porzingis, man. Injuries. It just sucks. It sucks.
It does,
and
bro.
I'm happy when the Knicks lose, but I just don't want to. I don't want to see a guy go down like this, man. That's terrible.
Hate it had to be Kristaps too, man.
Word.
We can wrap the show up, man. This is the last segment of the show today. We call this segment the Strong Arm Performer of the Week. LaParis, we still not tweeting these out. I'm gonna tweet them today. I got y'all. I'm gonna tweet them. So what I'm gonna start to do is when we drop a new show, I'm gonna tweet who the previous Strong Arm Performer of the Weeks were, and encourage you to tune in to see who the new ones are. But we give this award away to a male or female who raised his or her level of play to ensure that their team got the victory. LaParis, you on the hot seat. Don't drop the ball, bro. Who is your strong arm performer this week and why? You've been kind of.
My honorable mention would definitely go to Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine went bananas
Honorable.
and led us to a tough win. But
we don't do honorable
mentions. But I wanted to go Zach LaVine, but I didn't want you guys to be like, he always picking bulls. That's how y'all sound in my head. That's how y'all sound.
Hey, we don't complain over here, bro.
Huh?
We don't complain.
Spade, that's how you sound in my head, though.
Wow.
But anyway.
Wow.
I wanted to go Zach LaVine, but I'm not going there. I gotta give it to a guy, Spade, that just played the game of his life when he needed to play the game of his life. When everybody, including his fans, including his team fans, was writing him off and saying, he's not gonna get it done. It's Nick Foles. So for that reason, Nick Foles. Let me tell you, Nick Foles played an amazing playoffs. But not only that, let me tell you what he did in the Super Bowl, Spade. Nick Foles went 28 of 43 for 373, 3 touchdowns. He did have a pick that I think was not his fault. The wide receiver caught it, bobbled it
up in the air.
Yeah, and the DB caught it. But he also had a touchdown reception. They threw the ball to Nick Foles, and he didn't drop his like Tom Brady.
Wow.
So he had a touchdown reception. 4 touchdowns Nick Foles had total. And for that reason right there, Nick Foles, and leading your team to a Super Bowl victory, you are my strong arm performer of the week. Nick Foles.
Yeah, that's well deserved. I did not know where you was going with that, but that's well deserved.
Spade. And let me tell you the respect they have for Nick Foles. They saying, oh, we gonna trade him. They said that before the Super Bowl even played. Like, yeah, we open to trading him.
Hey, I mean, you know, they feel like they got what they need in Wentz. I don't know.
Okay.
We just got through talking about knee injuries. People don't always come back the same. Y'all might better hold on to him for a little minute. But whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to the association for mine, man. And you know me. I like scoring. Scoring is fun to watch. And I got to do something, bro. So just kind of hang back. Let me do this here.
Oh, boy.
Let's go over to Oregon.
Oh.
Let's talk about Damian Lillard. Lillard fans give me hell because I don't always have this guy where they have him. People be telling me, I'll take Lillard over any point guard in the league. And I'm like, yeah, me too. If like 4 of them was hurt or kidnapped, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm right there with you. But Damian Lillard had an amazing game against the Sacramento Kings. So amazing. Let me give you a stat line. He had 50 points. 8 of 13 shooting from beyond the arc. He had 6 dimes, 1 board, and 3 steals. He only had 2 turnovers. And the most impressive thing of this stat line is he did not play in the 4th quarter, folks. A 50-point 3-quarter performance. Sacramento, what are y'all doing? Damian Lillard, for that performance, bro, you are definitely my strong arm performer of the week. I see you, Dame. I see you. He ain't dropped many dimes. You know, in the commercial, he said dropping dimes. He didn't.
He never do.
He didn't drop many dimes, but he was getting buckets, though. Getting buckets.
Listen.
LaParis, my boy Buddy Hield, kind of peed the bed in that game, in case you was about to ask me.
I mean, he got hot I watched that game, Spade. He got hot in the 4th quarter.
Thank God. Because he was 5 of 9 from 3. He was 5 of 12 from the field. So just stay outside the arc, buddy. Don't even go in there.
You right.
Stay out.
Stay outside the arc. Hey,
make nothing but
Spade, it's been a great show as usual. We want to thank you guys for your continued support. And Spade told me, hey, you want to ask him for something? I say it every show, man. If you guys could do us the favor, if you want iTunes or you want SoundCloud, if you can rate the podcast, review the podcast, it helps us out tremendously. We can't thank you guys enough for your continued support. Spade, before I close the show, do you have anything else to add?
No, sir. I've talked enough.
Listen. We want to thank you guys for your continued support. If you new here, bang the subscribe button. If you're a regular here, hit the like button and take 2 seconds. It's a little bell up there. If you hit that bell, click that bell. It sends an alert to your mobile device to let you know when a new episode of Strong Arm Sports has been uploaded. If you don't want to see 2 dudes arguing in the box, we got audio podcasts everywhere. SoundCloud, UPodOmatic, iTunes. You guys have been showing so much love. We cannot thank you enough. It's been a great show, Spade. We'll see these guys next episode. Yeah. Peace.